Milo, a brown dog with white paws, had always felt a little different. While other dogs chased balls and barked at squirrels, Milo preferred sunbathing on windowsills, walking along fences, and curling up in cardboard boxes. He lived with the Harrisons, a kind family who also had 3 cats, Luna, Whiskers, and Tofu. Instead of joining the other dogs at the park, Milo spent his time mimicking the cats. He'd tiptoe behind them, attempt graceful landings off furniture, and even try to purr, though it came out more like a wheeze. The cats didn't mind. In fact, Luna sometimes shared her cushion with him. One morning, Milo stood in front of the mirror, tilting his head. Maybe I really am a cat, he thought. That very day, he decided to prove it, not just to himself, but to the world. The journey of a dog who thought he was a cat had just begun. And the first test was breakfast, served only in the cat bowls today. Milo crept toward the kitchen, ears perked and paws silent. The 3 cats were already gathered around their sleek ceramic bowls, tails flicking as they ate delicately. Mrs. Harrison poured kibbles into Milo's usual dog bowl, but he didn't move toward it. Instead, he padded over to the cats, squeezed between Whiskers and Tofu, and dipped his snout into a cat bowl. Tofu hissed softly, clearly annoyed, but Luna gave a tolerant blink. Milo tried to copy their neat little bites, but his tongue scooped half the food out onto the floor. Still, he didn't give up. From the hallway, little Emma giggled. "Mom, Milo thinks he's a cat again," she called. Mrs. Harrison peeked in and laughed. "Well, I guess he can eat wherever he likes today." Milo wagged his tail proudly. He had passed the first test. Tomorrow, he'd try something harder, climbing the bookshelf like the cats did daily. The next morning, Milo watched Luna leap effortlessly onto the bookshelf. She perched beside a potted plant, tail curled like royalty. Milo narrowed his eyes. This was his next challenge. He tapped the shelf, then backed up and launched himself with all his might. Thud. He made it halfway onto the small table below, but sent a stack of magazines flying. Milo tried again. This time he reached the second shelf, wobbling beside framed photos. One paw slipped, knocking a toy dinosaur to the floor. The cat stared down from higher ground, amused. Tofu gave a bored yawn while Whiskers twitched his ear, unimpressed. Still, Milo puffed his chest and stayed balanced for a full 10 seconds. Emma clapped. "Milo, you're getting it!" That night, he curled up beside Luna, his tail tapping proudly. Tomorrow, he'd face the ultimate cat test, the laser pointer chase. Milo lay on the rug when Emma pulled out the infamous red dot laser pointer. The cats perked up instantly, eyes wide and twitchy. As the tiny red light danced across the floor, the chase began. Luna pounced with elegance. Whiskers darted like lightning, and Tofu moved like a stealthy shadow. Milo hesitated. He was used to tennis balls, not mysterious dots. But determined to keep up, he lunged toward the dot, skidding across the tiles. He stumbled into the wall, but bounced right back. He chased, spun, and leapt wildly, knocking over a cushion and sliding under the couch. The cats paused, puzzled by his clumsy enthusiasm, but Emma laughed so hard she fell over. Finally, the dot disappeared. Milo sat down, panting, tongue lolling happily. "Nailed it," he seemed to say. The cats gave slow, approving blinks. Milo had earned their respect. Sort of. Tomorrow's mission? Mastering the nap spots, windowsills, and laundry baskets. Milo had always napped, but today's goal wasn't just sleep. It was cat-style sleep. The kind where you disappear into odd places and melt into sunbeams. He followed Whiskers to the windowsill, where the sun was warm and the view perfect. Milo tried climbing up but slipped, paws scrabbling. He backed up, jumped again, and this time landed, barely. He curled into a circle, copying Luna's pose, tail tucked neatly, eyes half closed. He stayed still as long as he could, resisting the urge to chase a bird outside. A few minutes later, Tofu came and settled nearby. The cats were accepting him nap by nap. Mrs. Harrison peeked in. "Well, look at that, our little cat dog." Later that day, Milo claimed the laundry basket. Soft, warm towels, a cozy fit. It was perfect. He let out a deep sigh, dreaming of climbing trees next. Milo stared up at the old oak tree in the backyard. Luna leapt up its trunk with grace, landing on a sturdy branch. Whiskers followed, tail flicking. Milo circled the tree. Climbing wasn't exactly a dog thing, but today it had to be. He placed his front paws on the trunk and jumped. Nothing. He tried again, higher this time, but slid back down, leaving scratch marks. The cats watched from above, smug and serene. Emma appeared with a wooden crate. "Here, buddy." With her help, Milo scrambled onto the crate, then onto the lowest branch. His tail wagged furiously as he balanced there, chest puffed with pride. Luna gave him a nod. Tofu looked mildly impressed, or maybe sleepy. Milo didn't climb higher. He didn't need to. He had done it, sort of. As he rested on the branch, breeze in his fur, he felt more like a cat than ever before. Next up, stealth mode in the middle of the night. At midnight, while the Harrisons slept, Milo padded quietly through the house. It was time for the true cat ritual, the mysterious night prowl. The cats moved silently, shadows with Whiskers. Milo tried to follow, but his claws clicked loudly on the wooden floor. He paused, lifted each paw carefully, and tiptoed like Emma in ballet class. Luna jumped onto the kitchen counter. Milo followed. He slipped, caught a dish with his paw, and froze. The dish wobbled, then stilled. Crisis avoided. He exhaled. The group continued through rooms like explorers. Tofu stared out the window. Whiskers knocked a pencil off the table, just for fun. Milo watched, then gently nudged a spoon off the edge. Clink, success. When they returned to their favorite spots, Milo curled up in the laundry basket again. He was getting good at this. Tomorrow, there'd be visitors, and Milo would need to act like a cat in front of strangers. The doorbell rang. Milo perked up, tail wagging, then froze. No. Cats don't rush to the door. They vanish, hide, observe from a distance. The cats darted under the couch and behind the curtains. Milo hesitated, then followed, squeezing under a coffee table. From there, he watched the guests enter. Aunt May and her poodle, Princess strutted in, yapping excitedly. Milo didn't bark back. He stayed hidden, just like Luna. "Where's Milo?" Aunt May asked. "He's doing his cat thing again," Emma giggled. Princess barked and spun in circles. Milo blinked slowly from his hiding spot, unmoved. After a while, the poodle tired out. Milo slipped from under the table and jumped onto the windowsill, calmly gazing outside like a true feline. "Wow!" Aunt May chuckled. "He really does think he's a cat." The cats gave subtle nods of approval. Milo's training was nearly complete. Tomorrow, he'd attempt the final test, using the cat door. The cat door was small, mysterious, and off-limits to dogs. But Milo wasn't just any dog. He'd been practicing all week, climbing, prowling, napping like a pro. Now it was time. Luna slid through the flap-like liquid. Tofu followed, tail held high. Milo approached, sniffing the plastic flap. It wobbled. He poked it with his nose, then pushed harder. His head went through. Success. But his shoulders, not so much. He backed up and tried again, this time flattening himself like the cats. With a determined grunt, he squeezed through and tumbled onto the porch. The cats blinked in approval. Outside, Milo joined them on the fence. He didn't bark. He sat, calm and alert, like a feline guardian of the backyard. He had passed nearly every test. Back inside, Emma whispered to her mom, "He's really doing it. Milo's becoming one of them." Tomorrow was the final challenge, the secret cat meeting in the attic. Milo followed the trio of cats up the creaky attic stairs. The air smelled of old books and forgotten things. A circle of blankets formed a cozy gathering spot. This was it, the secret cat meeting. Whiskers sat like a judge, tail wrapped neatly. Tofu blinked slowly and Luna flicked her ear, signaling Milo to sit. He did, mimicking their stillness. The room was quiet. The cats exchanged long, mysterious glances. Milo stayed perfectly still. No barking, no tail wagging, just soft breathing and patient waiting. Then, as if by silent agreement, Luna leaned over and gave Milo a single respectful lick on the head. It was official. Milo was one of them. That night, he slept beside the cats, paws tucked and heart full. He didn't need to chase balls or bark loudly anymore. He had found his place, not as a dog, not as a cat, but as something perfectly in between. Tomorrow, the world would know the story of the dog who became a cat. Sort of. The next morning, Emma sat on the porch, Milo curled beside her. "You really did it," she whispered, scratching his ears. "You became a cat." Milo blinked slowly, feline style. The cats lounged nearby, accepting, relaxed. The Harrisons had started calling him Milo the cat dog. And the internet loved it. Emma uploaded videos of his tree climbs, laser chases, and attic adventures. People everywhere fell in love. But the real lesson wasn't about being a cat, it was about being yourself, even if that means blending worlds. Moral of the story, you don't have to fit in to belong. Milo didn't stop being a dog, he just followed his heart. Whether you're different, quirky, or in between, there's always a place for you. Just be proud of who you are, so next time someone tells you who you should be, remember Milo. Be curious, be bold, be weird, be you. And if you loved Milo's journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more adorable adventures.